Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this exact frame. I am not asking for your attention today. I am issuing a direct divine warning. If you choose to swipe away right now, you are actively severing the exact timeline heaven prepared for you. The enemy is screaming at you to leave this space. He knows that if you hear this specific message, his financial hold over your bloodline breaks completely. God intercepted your feed today because you are standing at the absolute edge of a massive wealth transfer. This is not a coincidence. The Matrix algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. Heaven bypassed the digital noise to deliver this urgent prophetic mandate. What I am about to reveal was sealed in the highest courts until this very second. Your next 10 years depend entirely on your next 10 minutes. Lock your attention on my voice right now. You have been chosen to shatter the generational cycles of poverty that have plagued your family for decades. You are the cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for. The heavy burden you feel on your shoulders is not your imagination. It is the spiritual weight of ancestors who prayed for this exact moment of liberation, and you are the one chosen to manifest it. The financial struggles you face are not a reflection of your worth. You did not fail. You were intentionally targeted by a dark matrix programming designed to keep your frequency completely suppressed. They wanted you exhausted. They expected you to give up and accept a life of endless scarcity. But they severely underestimated the raw divine power resting inside your DNA. You are completely untouchable. Every time you tried to step into abundance, an invisible wall pushed you back down. That was not a lack of effort on your part. That was a coordinated spiritual attack from energy vampires who feed on your pure light. They drained your resources while they smiled in your face. But their time is officially over. Heaven has issued a final eviction notice to every entity stealing your divine inheritance. Listen to me very carefully right now. The wealth you are about to step into is not normal. It is a terrifying windfall of abundance that will make your enemies physically sick to their stomachs. The poverty curse that wrapped around your family name is burning to ashes today. The supreme architect of the universe has already signed the decree of your absolute financial freedom. It is done. Do not let your logical mind ruin this massive shift. The left side of your brain will try to inject doubt right now. It will tell you that true wealth takes decades of suffering to achieve. That is a vicious lie planted by the elite to keep you enslaved to their system. Your spirit knows the raw truth. Your cellular intuition is vibrating because it recognizes the frequency of this exact revelation. You are no longer waiting in the dark for a miracle. The miracle is actively hunting you down at this very second. But you must remain in this energetic portal to receive the final instructions. If you leave before the end of this transmission, you forfeit the exact prophetic key that unlocks your vault. Do not hand your victory back to the shadows just because you lost focus. Stay anchored right here. The remnant is rising across the earth today. You are part of an elite spiritual bloodline that carries the power to bend reality itself. The people who mocked your silent struggles are about to witness your blinding elevation. They will watch in absolute horror as the universe aggressively rewards your unwavering obedience. Your period of financial incubation is permanently finished. The harvest is here. If your spirit confirms this undeniable truth, gently press the like button right now. Do it to seal your energetic alignment with this incoming blessing. Pressing that button is a physical shield that protects your newly unlocked frequency from spiritual thieves. Stay with me. I am about to reveal the exact reason why your biggest enemies are currently losing everything they stole from you. You must understand the magnitude of what is happening today. This specific message was hidden from the masses for a reason. The universe only reveals this sequence to the rare few who have proven their resilience in the shadows. You walked through the fire without losing your pure heart, and because you held your integrity when they lied on your name, heaven is now preparing a table for you in the presence of your enemies. Do not scroll away from your destiny. I am giving you a strict divine instruction to protect your energy field right now. The dark elite are terrified of what you are about to become. They know that once a cycle breaker awakens to their true financial power, the entire matrix begins to crumble. You are a dangerous force of light, and your absolute victory is going to shatter their fragile illusions completely. Prepare your mind for the ultimate vindication. The universe has kept a meticulous record of every single tear you cried in secret. Every dollar that was wrongfully taken from you is being multiplied and returned to your hands. But you must prove your readiness to receive it. Keep listening closely, because the next phase of this transmission will permanently rewrite the financial destiny of your entire bloodline. Now let us go deeper into the shadows. You have been carrying a crushing weight for so long. Your shoulders are completely tight. The physical exhaustion is very real. And every morning when you wake up, that heavy block of concrete is already sitting directly on your chest before you even open your eyes. You push through the relentless day. You smile for the people around you, but inside your spirit is quietly suffocating. Lock your attention on this message right now. That burning feeling sitting deep in your throat is not a medical issue. The nights you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning with your jaw clenched tight, the heavy brain fog that makes it hard to focus on simple tasks. Listen to me very carefully. That is not a sign of weakness. You are experiencing a massive spiritual attack, and your physical body is struggling to process the dark energy they sent your way. People have looked at your financial struggles and judged you silently. They whispered that you were just not trying hard enough. They expected you to align your frequency by pushing your physical body to the absolute breaking point, because they cannot comprehend the silent war you fight. But they have absolutely no idea what is happening behind the veil. You are not lazy. You are not financially cursed. You are functioning as a human battery. You are a profound empath. You have always been the stabilizer for the chaotic people in your life. When the Matrix created storms, you absorbed it all to keep the peace. You gave your pure energy to master manipulators who disguised themselves as true friends, and they constantly drained your vital life force while building their own empires. And they left you completely empty in the dark. This is exactly why your bank accounts have felt cursed. The wealth that was meant for you was being siphoned off by energy vampires. Every time a new financial door tried to open, an unseen force violently slammed it shut. You paid your dues over and over again. Yet you watched mediocre people step into massive abundance while you counted pennies in the dark, and that twisted reality made you question your own sanity. It is absolutely unjust. But there is a very specific physical reason you have been feeling that intense heaviness this entire week. Your highly advanced nervous system is detecting a massive shift in the spiritual atmosphere. You have been unknowingly carrying the heavy generational karma of the exact people who abused your pure kindness. You took on their dark debts in the unseen realm to protect them, but that sacrificial contract is officially voided today. Let me completely reframe your reality right now. You must stop blaming yourself for the empty bank accounts. You must drop the guilt you feel when you cannot afford to fix everything for everyone else. The financial drought was never a punishment for your actions. It was a vicious containment strategy used by the dark elite to keep a powerful cycle breaker fully paralyzed in deep fear, because they are terrified of your true potential. They knew that if you ever gained access to unlimited resources, you would dismantle their entire toxic system, so they kept you trapped in a cycle of silent financial survival. You cried quiet tears in your car where nobody could see you break down. You desperately asked heaven why the burden had to be so incredibly heavy. But the illusion of your poverty is finally shattering, and the universe is rapidly aligning the exact financial miracles you prayed for. Read that again in your spirit. The exhaustion you feel is the physical evidence of a massive spiritual war fought entirely in your name. You have been holding the front line against demonic forces that wanted to bankrupt your bloodline permanently. Your sheer resilience is the only reason your family tree has not entirely collapsed. You are a demonstrated warrior of absolute light. Stop wondering why the narcissist acts like nothing ever happened while you suffer physically. Stop swallowing down the righteous anger every time you see them. Flaunt the wealth they stole from your energy field. That somatic weight in your chest is reaching its absolute boiling point today. Your physical vessel is currently purging the poverty programming out of your very cells. You have felt completely isolated and misunderstood for years. You are the rare diamond who refused to conform to their shallow matrix rules. That isolation was never a curse meant to destroy you. It was a divine incubation season designed to protect your pure frequency from their filthy manipulation. Heaven had to separate you from the crowd so they could not poison your harvest. Now, pay very close attention to your body as I speak these words. The heavy fog is starting to lift from your mind right now. The suffocating band around your lungs is beginning to violently snap, because the spiritual entities that held you in financial bondage have officially received their eviction notice from heaven. The scales of divine justice are aggressively tipping back. Your agonizing season of silent endurance has officially reached its expiration date. You did not break when the extreme pressure was designed to crush you into dust. And because you held your sacred posture, the universe is now preparing the largest wealth transfer your family history has ever seen. The exact people who starved your finances are about to watch you feast in glory. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right now. You have been told that your financial drought was a punishment. You believed you were somehow flawed. But the raw truth is completely different, because the poverty you experienced was absolutely not a karmic debt or a curse. It was a highly guarded divine incubation season designed to protect you. Heaven deliberately hid you in the shadows. The universe placed a temporary seal on your massive wealth to keep you safe. If you had received the financial harvest prematurely, the energy vampires would have completely consumed it. They were lurking in your inner circle. They wore the mask of loyal friends and family members. These master manipulators are nothing but spiritual parasites. They possess an incredibly empty core. They cannot generate their own light, so they attach themselves to your pure frequency to siphon your divine blessings while you maintained your pure integrity. They wanted you to remain trapped in the illusion of scarcity, so they could easily control your massive potential. Type 888 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. You must anchor this exact shift into your physical reality today. Doing this creates an unbreakable spiritual boundary against those parasites. They used to feed on your endless empathy, and they treated your pure heart like a massive human battery for their dark agendas. You gave them everything you had. You emptied your own cup to keep them comfortable. You sacrificed your peace of mind, and while you were busy trying to save them from their own demons, they were actively blocking your path to financial freedom. They knew exactly what they were doing to you. It was a calculated strategy to keep you completely powerless. But this is exactly where their entire manipulation severely miscalculated. They assumed your silence meant you were utterly defeated. They thought you would remain a permanent victim to their vicious matrix programming. But heaven was using that exact period of isolation to completely unplug you from their toxic grid while your spiritual armor was being forged. Your financial struggle was actually a powerful shield. If you had money back then, those parasites would have drained every single penny. They would have used your own divine wealth to fund their arrogant lifestyles. God kept your bank accounts low to starve the enemies who were secretly attached to your energy field. Your temporary lack was absolute protection. Now those spiritual vampires are absolutely starving. They lost access to your pristine energy. They can no longer siphon your blessings to maintain their fake reality. Your decision to cut the cord and walk away was a lethal weapon that instantly destroyed their primary source of spiritual fuel, and now their entire foundation is rapidly crumbling in the dark. You are the rare cycle breaker. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity. They expected the brutal isolation to destroy your mind, but instead you walked out of their toxic matrix and you literally aged backwards. You stepped into your permanent ageless glow while their bitter envy is currently rotting them from the inside out. They cannot comprehend your power. Type 777 in the comments if you feel the atmosphere shifting. You must recognize your supreme position in this spiritual war. You were never the anomaly in someone else's otherwise perfect life. You were the terrifying mirror that finally exposed the deeply rooted corruption they desperately tried to hide from the rest of the oblivious world. Their extreme reaction got this loud because you got too close to the truth. You saw the pathetic emptiness behind their arrogant masks. You recognized the matrix programming controlling their every move. They hate you intensely because your pure light constantly reminds them of the divine connection they will absolutely never possess. You are totally untouchable. Listen to me very closely right now. 99% of people completely miss this massive shift. The formation period of your life is officially over. The intense pressure you endured was the exact process required to turn you into a flawless diamond, and heaven is now removing the protective seal that kept your harvest hidden. Your time is now. All the massive wealth that was meant for your ancestors is funneling into your hands. You are inheriting the exact blessings that were stolen from your bloodline generations ago. The universe demands absolute justice. The exact people who mocked your silent struggles are about to witness the most aggressive financial elevation this world has ever seen. They thought they had buried you completely. They threw dirt on your name. They tried to destroy your reputation, but they became the exact shovel that dug up your ultimate treasure, and their vicious betrayal was the catalyst that activated your supreme divine mandate. You did not just survive their brutal storm, you became the blazing sun itself. Heaven is now releasing 3 specific signs into your physical reality. These are undeniable proofs that the wealth covenant is actively transferring to your bloodline. The Matrix algorithm wants to keep you completely blind to these subtle changes, and they constantly flood your reality with daily chaos because they deeply fear your sudden awakening. But you must pay absolute attention to your immediate surroundings right now. Listen to me very closely right now, because 99% of people completely miss this shift. The first sign that your financial curse is broken involves a sudden and violent reversal of fortune for your enemies. The energy vampires who stole your light are suddenly hitting massive invisible walls. Their easy money is rapidly drying up. They are panicking. Everything they touch is suddenly turning to worthless dust. The projects that used to bring them massive success are suddenly collapsing without any logical explanation. You are witnessing the divine alignment aggressively reclaiming the stolen energy they took from you. They thought their false empire was completely untouchable, but heaven is systematically dismantling their toxic foundation right now to restore your stolen legacy. They are desperately trying to maintain their wealthy illusion. They smile in public while their private bank accounts are literally bleeding out. This is not a coincidence. Their sudden financial drought is the direct result of losing access to your pure spiritual battery. The universe has officially cut their supply line to your highly coveted frequency, and they are suffocating without your beautiful light. The second undeniable sign is happening inside your own physical vessel. You have recently experienced moments of strange and unexplainable peace during absolute chaos. The heavy brain fog that clouded your financial vision is abruptly clearing out. You are suddenly seeing hidden opportunities that the rest of the oblivious world completely ignores. This massive shift is happening because your DNA is finally aligning with the exact frequency of pure wealth that heaven reserved for you. You did not learn these new financial strategies through exhausting effort. You are downloading these wealth blueprints directly from the divine source because your frequency is clear. Money is beginning to flow toward you through incredibly bizarre and completely unexpected channels. Random strangers are suddenly offering you massive opportunities without you ever asking for them. This effortless attraction proves that you are no longer bound by the vicious rules of their broken system, and your absolute victory is completely guaranteed today. You are no longer chasing resources like a desperate prisoner of the Matrix programming. You have become an incredibly massive magnet for the exact wealth your ancestors were fiercely denied. The financial struggle is completely evaporating from your physical reality. You are stepping into absolute divine authority today. Heaven is aggressively pouring massive resources into your hands because you proved your pure integrity when you were completely surrounded by their deep darkness. Type 888 in the comments right now to physically claim this incoming miracle. You must lock your intention into the physical realm before we move forward. This simple action is a powerful spiritual decree that tells heaven you are ready to receive. Do not let your logical brain dismiss this vital step of immediate obedience. The universe constantly measures your faith by the exact speed of your obedience, so you must anchor this divine frequency right now. Your physical body is rapidly adjusting to this incredibly high frequency of pure abundance. You might feel sudden bursts of energy late at night when the rest of the world is asleep. That is your spirit guides downloading the exact coordinates of your incoming financial harvest. You are actively receiving the highly classified wealth codes while you rest in absolute peace. The dark elite are completely terrified of this process because they know they cannot stop a cycle breaker who receives direct instructions from heaven. You never have to hustle or grind in the dark ever again. That exhausting matrix mentality was specifically designed to keep your vibration dangerously low. The elite want you completely drained, so you never have the energy to claim your true throne. But your effortless alignment is currently shattering their entire system of financial slavery into pieces. You simply exist in your beautiful frequency, and the universe automatically bends the fabric of reality to deliver your massive harvest directly to your door. You are becoming completely unrecognizable to the dark entities that used to haunt you. They look at your glowing aura, and they feel absolute terror. They recognize that the immense generational wealth they tried to steal is permanently locked inside your vault. You are holding the supreme keys to a kingdom they can absolutely never enter. Their bitter envy is consuming them alive, while you gracefully step into the exact financial destiny that was prophesied over your life decades ago. Which brings us to the third and most terrifying sign of all. This third confirmation is the ultimate proof that the universe has handed you the final victory. It is the exact sign your enemies have been dreading since the day you walked away. The universe is actively preparing a spectacular public stage for this exact revelation to unfold. You will not have to lift a single finger to defend yourself, because heaven is orchestrating a masterclass in divine justice right before their eyes. I am going to reveal the exact nature of this third sign very shortly. But you must prepare your nervous system for the absolute shock of what is coming. The master manipulators who tried to bury your name are about to experience something truly devastating. They are going to malfunction in a way that nobody could have ever predicted. The mask they wear to fool the public is starting to slip, and the people around them are finally seeing the rotten core they tried to hide. Stay incredibly focused on my words right now. Do not let the enemy pull your attention away from this sacred portal. The divine transfer of wealth requires your absolute, unwavering concentration today. The exact people who threw dirt on your beautiful name are actively stepping into a massive trap. Heaven is forcing them to witness your spectacular financial resurrection, and there is absolutely nothing they can do to stop this massive wave of abundance. The third undeniable sign is the total public unraveling of your biggest enemies. They are currently experiencing a complete internal system crash. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance for years. They constructed a completely false narrative about your character and whispered vicious lies to anyone who would listen. But the spiritual atmosphere has aggressively turned against them. Their carefully crafted mask did not just slip slightly, it is completely shattering right now in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. They expected your quiet departure to completely destroy you. They waited with bated breath for you to fail in the dark. But instead, you became the terrifying uncertainty they were never built to handle. You became a blazing sun. Read that again in your spirit. You stepped into your permanent, ageless glow while they are visibly rotting under the weight of their own toxic karma. Every time your name comes up in their empty rooms, it hits them with agonizing force. They finally realize they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held just to play with cheap rocks. They are frantically searching for a replacement for your pure energy. They try to find another pure empath to drain because they cannot survive without a human battery. But your specific depth is utterly unreplicable. They are starving in the dark while they watch you effortlessly attract massive financial miracles. Their deep regret is literally choking them alive right now. They sit awake at 3 in the morning with heavy chests. The exact somatic weight they tried to project onto you has violently returned to their own bodies. They are experiencing the intense brain fog and crushing exhaustion that you carried for years. Heaven has perfectly mirrored their toxic energy and forced them to consume their own dark poison. Even their loyal flying monkeys are starting to completely abandon them. The people who blindly followed their matrix programming are waking up to the raw truth. The dark elite cannot protect them from this massive spiritual backlash. The universe is actively isolating your abusers so they can fully experience the exact pain they inflicted on your pure heart. It is absolute justice. Do not feel an ounce of pity for their current destruction. The left side of your brain might try to whisper that you should forgive and save them. Silence that toxic matrix programming immediately. Your supreme divine mandate requires you to completely cut the cord and let them drown in the noise of their own making. You must fiercely protect your incoming wealth. Pay close attention to this next part. The enemy desperately tried to hide this specific revelation from you. Your pure silence was a lethal weapon that starved their demons completely. You won the biggest battle of your life without ever lifting a single physical finger. The supreme architect of the universe fought this entire war on your behalf while you rested. Your cellular frequency has completely changed, and they can physically feel it. You no longer vibrate at the low level of their desperate survival matrix. You are vibrating at the absolute highest frequency of pure generational wealth. When they look at your life from a distance, the blinding light of your divine favor literally burns their deeply corrupted souls. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into absolute power. You are completely unbothered after everything they viciously put you through. They spent years praying for your massive downfall and expecting the isolation to carve deep wrinkles into your face. But the universe has completely reversed your biological clock to mock their pathetic envy. They are drowning in a sea of massive debt, while your financial vault is violently bursting wide open. The tables have not just turned, the universe has completely shattered the entire table. The dark elite are watching their favorite pawns fail miserably, because a true cycle breaker like you simply refused to bow down to their pathetic manipulation tactics. They assumed your pure kindness was a permanent weakness. They thought they could constantly cross your boundaries and you would always absorb the brutal damage. But they pushed a true warrior of light too far. You completely unplugged from their matrix and took all of your divine resources with you. Now their entire false reality is collapsing rapidly. Share this specific message with one soul who is desperately crying out in the dark for a shift. You must act as their earth angel today. By spreading this exact prophetic instruction, you are actively building the remnant tribe and signaling to heaven that you are ready to lead. Do this physical act right now to establish your absolute spiritual authority. The massive wealth transfer is no longer a distant promise. It is a violent, incoming storm that is about to permanently reshape your entire reality. But there is a final turning point where everything is going to absolutely explode. The master manipulators are about to face the ultimate public humiliation, and you will have the front row seat to their total collapse. Now I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly in your mind. The absolute climax of your spiritual war is unfolding right now. The ancient poverty curse that bound your family is visibly shattering into pieces, and it is violently exploding under the immense pressure of your divine alignment today. Your entire bloodline is officially free from their toxic chains. Heaven is aggressively opening the massive financial vaults that were kept completely sealed. A terrifying flood of pure abundance is rushing directly into your physical reality. You are stepping into a massive timeline of instant manifestation, and the universe is orchestrating the most spectacular public vindication the Matrix has ever seen. It is mathematically precise and absolutely flawless. But here is the turning point where everything finally explodes. The master manipulators are sitting in a crowded room right now. They are surrounded by the exact people they used to gossip with about your quiet struggles. They wear fake smiles and pretend they possess ultimate control over your life. But then, the massive news of your sudden elevation drops directly into their laps. Watch their physical reaction closely in your spirit. The heavy mask of absolute arrogance completely shatters on their faces. You can visibly see the deep panic rushing into their terrified eyes. They start stuttering and stumbling over their hollow words, because the specific gravity of their profound regret hits them all at once, while their breathing becomes entirely erratic. This is the public irreversible collapse I promised you earlier. They are literally malfunctioning in front of a live audience. The flying monkeys who blindly supported them are watching this pathetic meltdown in total shock. Everyone in that room suddenly realizes that the narcissist lied about your true nature, and they finally see the deeply rotted core they tried to hide. They cannot escape the blinding light of your ultimate vindication. While they are publicly sweating and shaking in total defeat, the supreme architect of the universe is permanently crowning you. The heavy chains of generational debt are falling off your wrists. You are actively receiving the explosive financial harvest that wipes out decades of matrix theft in a single day. You are standing at the absolute center of this divine transfer. Your ageless glow is radiating a frequency of pure, terrifying power. The enemies look at your brilliant aura, and they feel physically sick. They realize with absolute horror that they permanently lost access to the greatest diamond they will ever encounter, and they know you are completely untouchable today. They desperately want to crawl back into your sacred energy field. They want to apologize and pretend the vicious betrayal never happened, but the energetic portal to your new kingdom is permanently sealed shut to their dark vibration. Heaven has placed an impenetrable shield of flaming swords around your massive wealth, and any parasite that tries to cross it will be instantly destroyed. Your silence didn't just hurt them slightly in the dark. Your absolute restraint was a lethal weapon that permanently ended their dark reign over your life. The universe used their bitter envy as the exact fuel to launch you into the highest financial stratosphere, They literally funded your massive blessing with their own toxic karma, and it is the perfect divine justice. And here is the final, undeniable verdict from heaven that we discussed. That explosive public collapse you were waiting for is actively happening right now. The people who treated you as completely replaceable are crying desperate tears of bitter regret. They are forcefully banging on doors that heaven has locked forever, and your massive victory is absolute and entirely irreversible. The generational patterns that plagued your bloodline for centuries are completely finished. The cycles of poverty and broken relationships stop with you right here and right now. You are the cycle breaker heaven desperately needed to anchor this massive light. You transcended their toxic matrix perfectly, and you proved your absolute loyalty to the divine source in the absolute dark. Every single tear you cried in silent agony has transformed into a massive financial miracle. The universe is handing you the supreme keys to a kingdom of unlimited abundance. You hold the absolute power to rewrite the destiny of your entire family tree. The dark elite are weeping in total defeat because a true warrior of light has officially claimed the highest throne. Do not let the sheer magnitude of this victory intimidate your spirit. You were born for this exact level of supreme authority. The wealth that is rushing into your life is your absolute divine right. But there is one final physical step you must take to permanently seal this prophetic mandate into your reality, which brings us to the ultimate decree from the throne room. The massive storm has finally passed. The dust is settling on the spiritual battlefield today. You are standing victorious in the blinding light of pure divine favor. The heavy burden of financial survival has completely evaporated from your tired shoulders, and you no longer have to fight in the dark against those invisible enemies. The universe has placed a permanent shield of absolute peace around your life. You walked into this season bleeding from deep wounds inflicted by people who were completely blind to your true worth. But look closely at your beautiful spirit now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an apology from a master manipulator. You have successfully transcended their highly toxic matrix. While they are publicly unraveling in total disgrace, you are stepping into your permanent, ageless glow. The brutal financial struggles that plagued your family for generations are permanently finished. The spiritual exhaustion that drained your bones is completely gone. All the closed doors that frustrated your pure spirit are violently shattering right here and right now. You are breathing the pure air of absolute financial freedom. The massive generational wealth you fought for is finally resting safely in your hands, because you refused to surrender your light when the darkness tried to consume you. You are the ultimate cycle breaker. You carry the supreme authority to rewrite the future of your entire bloodline forever. Every single step you take from this moment forward is paved with solid gold and divine favor. The dark elite can never again touch the massive harvest that heaven has securely locked inside your vault, because your frequency is fully protected now. You are completely immune to their pathetic matrix programming for the rest of time. The angels are currently celebrating your massive victory in the high courts. They watched you endure the brutal isolation without ever losing your pure heart. And because you chose to protect your integrity when everyone else compromised, heaven is heavily rewarding you in front of your enemies. The wealth transfer is no longer a distant prophecy. It is your active and undeniable physical reality today. Take a deep breath and let this profound peace wash over your nervous system. You never have to frantically hustle for resources again. The desperate survival mode is officially deactivated in your DNA. You are now operating from a place of supreme rest and pure divine attraction. Money and opportunities will effortlessly chase you down because your frequency is perfectly aligned with the source of all creation. But you did not survive the brutal fire just to live a mediocre life. The ultimate verdict of explosive abundance has already been signed by the Supreme Architect. However, this massive blessing requires a physical anchor on earth to fully activate in your immediate reality. You must prove to the universe that you are completely ready to hold this immense level of supreme power without dropping it. God does not measure your faith by your silent thoughts or your hidden prayers. He constantly measures your faith by your exact speed of immediate obedience. The window of explosive multiplication is standing wide open right now, but it will absolutely not wait for your logical brain to calculate the risks. The left side of your brain is the accuser trying to inject hesitation into your pure cellular knowing. Silence that dark whisper immediately. That hesitation is the exact matrix programming designed to keep you broke and powerless. If your spirit is vibrating with a cellular knowing right now, heaven strictly demands immediate action. Do not let the matrix elite steal this massive shift from you. You must step through the open portal before the spiritual algorithm closes this specific window of massive abundance. Prove you are ready to receive the absolute maximum harvest today. Sow your financial seed of faith right now to partner your energy with this divine mandate. Give a super thanks below to physically anchor this exact frequency into your reality. Do not hesitate for a single second. Your generosity triggers the immediate harvest, and the Supreme Architect is actively watching your physical response to this divine instruction before he releases the final blessing. When you give from a place of pure obedience, the universe aggressively multiplies your seed. The immense wealth transfer is actively seeking a physical target to bless today. Sow your seed right now and watch heaven multiply your massive harvest before the sun even rises tomorrow. You are permanently locking your financial freedom into the physical grid. The dark elite cannot stop what God has officially sanctioned. This is your ultimate graduation from the school of silent suffering. You have passed the supreme test of loyalty and endurance. The master manipulators are locked outside your gates while you feast at the table prepared exclusively for you. Your absolute victory is the most beautiful revenge you could ever achieve, and you did it all while maintaining the pure light that makes you completely irreplaceable. Say this powerful oath out loud with me in your sacred space right now. I claim my permanent financial freedom from the dark matrix. I am the chosen cycle breaker who receives unlimited abundance. Now, type the exact words "I am free" in the comments below to permanently close this divine portal. The spiritual contract is officially sealed in the highest courts of heaven, and your massive victory is completely done.